Hey, welcome back, students. In this video, I want to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about this concept that we left off last time with regards to bits of knowledge. All right, so where did this concept of the bits of knowledge come from? And so last time we had talked about this idea here, and we said, let me bring this other item as well. What we said was that if we go through the process of the scientific method, you should go through and identify that what you knew at the beginning, at the start, versus what you know at the end of that trial, essentially would allow you then to come in here and have a little bit of a designation here. So I'm going to try to zoom this in and place it accordingly. And so you can see here what we're trying to say here is this growth, when you go through the 5 general steps of the scientific method, will allow you to get some understanding more than what you did at the beginning. So this growth essentially results in a bit of knowledge. I know it's a little bit of a pun, but this bit of knowledge can be represented as, like literally just for the sake of our purposes, a little bit, like a little speck of knowledge. Okay. Now, why is this important? Is because if we take these bits of knowledge and we apply them then to larger contexts, and here I've got another area that I can bring over, and let me just explain. So let me make this a little bit bigger, and then we'll zoom in. And so the idea here is, once you go through this experience of using a scientific method approach to understanding the world around you, you're going to get various bits of knowledge at each loop of the scientific method. And so here I've got represented 3 different bits of knowledge that we've got. Now, you acquire these bits of knowledge with every experience you engage in life, in class, with your friends, out and about in society, engaged in your job, engaged in fun. All of these things you're learning. You're learning what's good, you're learning what's bad. You learn things that are going to help you. You learn about things that are not going to help you. You essentially learn how to behave in the world overall. But if you're building and you're creating things, you learn what processes help create good products, and you learn what processes do not. And so at the end of the day, this bit of knowledge can be taken further and say, well, maybe this bit of knowledge is a positive thing, and this one's a positive thing, and this one's a negative thing. Now, there's a whole bunch of combinations of these, but the idea is, what do you do with these bits of knowledge once you've acquired them? Well, you want to put them inside a box. And so this box here is the box of knowledge. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to take these bits of knowledge that you're gathering and gaining, and you're going to take this bit and then you're just going to add it into the box. And so that's going to be true for each of these 3 bits of knowledge that we gained here. You're going to add them to the box. And as you go here, essentially with each successive loop of the scientific method, you're going to see that the knowledge box is actually rather small to begin with at the very start. But with each successive box, and you start adding more and more and more, that box will eventually get a little bit bigger. And that box should get bigger with time. And so when you start to see what one acquires in terms of what they know over a lifetime, you can see that someone at the very end of say a 20-year career of experiencing the world will have a fairly large knowledge box here at say 1, 2, 3, 4, and say we skip ahead and we go, let me just to make the point here, let's say we skip all the way ahead here and we compare this to someone who is essentially 20 years old, abbreviate that as Y.O. Okay, so we see here that the knowledge box, gotta spell that right, for someone in their 20s is going to be significantly bigger than someone just starting off in life at year 1 and year 2. And so the main principle here is that you're going to have this knowledge box that is, in all intents and purposes, going to be filled with all of these bits of knowledge that are going to be able to be placed in here. And in some cases, that knowledge can actually heap over and form a little bit of a top here. And so that just goes to show that the bits of knowledge should increase as you go in life and as you experience the world. You might not have that increase in knowledge early on, but let's just make sure that we provide some pieces of knowledge there. Let me kind of make those a little bit suitable in size. And so We can put bits of knowledge there, bits of knowledge here, maybe not so much there, maybe one bit over here. But the idea is that as you go through life, you should acquire more and more knowledge, or you should acquire more and more of these bits of knowledge that will then allow you to say that you are very knowledgeable or wise about a certain phenomenon. And this is certainly true when we're engaged in scientific experimentation within our class. We hope that over time, over a successive number of trials, that you will become more aware of the principles of chemistry that we want to teach you, so that you can then apply those principles to other facets of our class and other facets of your life. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe, keep watching, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next video.